Authorities in Chelan County believe they found the remains of Travis Decker. He's accused of kidnapping, then murdering his 3 young daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia, earlier this summer. According to the sheriff's office, the human remains were located in a remote wooded area south of the town of Leavenworth. While positive identification has not yet been confirmed, preliminary findings suggest the remains belong to Travis Decker. I just finished speaking with Sheriff Mike Morrison. Here is that full interview. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison joining me now. Thank you, Sheriff, for taking the time to give us the latest on this case. And I think there are many questions that we have right now. Specifically, what led you to this area where those remains were found? How far is this from the Rock Island campground?
Well, as we mentioned before at the previous searches, we were going to continue to do what we needed to do. Last week we had Washington State Patrol and our detectives out. This week we had the U.S. Marshals Service, FBI, Border Patrol, our detectives continuing to do searches as we promised we would until we find Travis Decker.
You mentioned that this was an area south of Leavenworth. Had this area not been searched before? I think the last time you and I spoke, you talked about there potentially being another search, a 4th search happening and scheduled for this month. Was this part of that already planned search when you guys found these remains?
This was.
Can you share a little bit about what the state of the remains is? Given the condition of those remains, can you tell how long Travis Decker was on the run?
We had severe decomposition. We also had spread of the remains, which is consistent with animals getting into it, which we figured we would find if we were at this point of the search.
I think I want to ask you again, where exactly and how far were the remains found from the Rock Island campground, specifically where the bodies of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia were found?
Yeah, and I apologize. My connection's not the greatest, but we're about 0.74 miles away from the initial crime scene, right around an elevation about 4,000 feet. So it was still outside of the initial 3 search areas that we conducted earlier throughout the summer, and this was just an expansion of the search area.
So this was not part of the first initial 3 searches that you conducted with the U.S. Marshals and again with the FBI?
Correct. This was just an expansion. Initially, we did the first one with Washington State Patrol's crime lab and also with our detectives. The second one was with the U.S. Marshals Service, some volunteers, and some of our Forest Service deputies, along with other volunteers. And then our final one was with the FBI and, of course, the U.S. Army's intelligence agency.
Some of the information that you guys have already been sharing online is that preliminary information leads you to believe that this is, in fact, Travis Decker. What is the certainty of that? What indicators did you guys find?
We won't know for sure until tomorrow. I've already worked with our detectives in the Washington State Patrol's crime lab. We're going to rush some results over there. We're asking to see if we can get DNA returns by the end of tomorrow. But we do feel pretty confident that there's a high probability this is him, just based off the clothing, some other personal items that we found on scene. But again, we're not going to say for 100% certainty until we get the results back.
Is there anything that may imply what the motive was in this case for the kidnapping and the murder of his 3 young daughters?
Same as I said before, it's irrelevant. It was a heinous act. We're certainly continuing to keep Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia in our thoughts and our prayers. That's what's been motivating us up to this point. Already been in touch with Whitney and her family, letting her know that we had made the find today, and they knew that we weren't giving up. We encourage our community to continue to support us, and we understand people's frustration, but again, it just wasn't in our DNA. We continue to do the search, and this is why you continue to do it.
I want to ask, we've talked time and time again about how vast and dense and especially how popular this area is for many people, not just locals, but tourists as well. Chelan County has great acreage, people who come out for recreational purposes. Is there going to be any impact now that these remains have been found?
Yes, for the time being, we've got road closures in place. We have our units on the ground in addition to our federal partners that are also assisting us, and we'll continue to process it fully and completely. The criminal investigation is still our primary focus. We've been in touch with our prosecutor's office already today and some of our neighboring agencies and partnering agencies, just advising them of our discovery, and we'll continue to do what we need to do to ensure this is handled appropriately and properly. But again, we didn't give up, and we're glad with the results we found so far, and hopefully we get some closure tomorrow.
Do you know what the next couple days will look like? I know that this has got to be giving you and not just Whitney the family, but the entire community of Wenatchee and Chelan County some sense of closure?
Is getting us one step closer. We've been looking to serve justice for a while and for the law to prevail. And if we get the results we're looking for tomorrow, I believe those are the results we'll find.
Thank you so much, Sheriff. I appreciate you taking the time to break down the latest on this Travis Decker investigation.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Have a good evening.